Today we're going to learn how to monogram, and I'll link all the supplies you need in the description, including this embroidery font. To start, you're going to need a blank garment, and for this project I'm going to be using my 5x7 repositional hoop, and because it is a larger hoop I'm using 2 pieces of stabilizer. I like to use New Brothered 8x8 tearaway stabilizer. I'm placing my hoop inside of my sweatshirt, and I need to make sure that the bracket is facing the tabs. That's where it's going to be secured onto my machine. Place the fabric that you would like to show on your letters on top of your bottom hoop, ensuring there's no wrinkles, and secure your hoop as usual. Pick a fabric that matches your garment because this is what's going to show on your letters. And place your hoop into your embroidery machine. Because this is a repositional hoop, make sure you're starting with the right bracket. My sweatshirt is flipped horizontal because I want the letters to be across the chest. I will only be using the first and last bracket for this project. I've already purchased and downloaded my embroidery design, so I'm just choosing that in my USB, rotating it 90 degrees to the left and shrinking it and putting it in the bottom left corner. I'm rotating it because my sweatshirt is horizontal. I need to make sure that my letter is going in the right direction. Because these letters are large, I'm only going to be able to fit 2 onto this hoop. If I were using a 4x4 hoop, I would only be able to fit 1. Because my sweatshirt is turned horizontal, I just need to make sure that my fabric stays out of the way because I wouldn't want it to get embroidered onto my actual embroidery area. I've started stitching out the letters, and I'm actually not going to let the letters completely finish stitching out because I'm going to be cutting the excess fabric, and it's easiest to get a closer cut before it finishes making the thick borders on the letters. So I'm starting on my second letter here, and I'm also going to stop this one before it starts making the thick border. For this one, when I rotate it, I'm putting it in the top left corner. I'm rotating with the rotate icon and moving with the move icon and using the letters to navigate. You can always trace it out with the dotted square to make sure that it's going to embroider the area you want it to. If you're happy with the area it's in, press OK, press embroider, lower your foot lever, and press the red button, which will turn green once you lower your lever. For monograms, it's always great to have a pair of sharp scissors ready, so whether that be sharpening your current scissors or maybe getting a new pair, this would be a great time before a project like this to do so. When cutting into my fabric, I'm leaving the hoop on, make sure that that stays on, and I'm starting by making a tiny hole, making sure it's only in the fabric, not the sweater underneath it. Once I have the opening, I'm going to cut as close as I can get to the stitched area without actually cutting into the stitches. If you're scared of getting too close, you can always start further away and then clean up any excess that you can get off. Once you finish cutting around your letters, I also cut off excess fabric that might get in the way while I'm embroidering, just so I have a clear view of my design. Place your hoop back into your embroidery machine. Once your hoop is secure, bring up your embroidery design again, and you can start with either letter and finish embroidering your design. You can use the +100 stitches icon to fast forward back to the area where you left off. Make sure you are making the same adjustments again to your design by rotating it and moving it so that it embroiders the same area. I'm grabbing my 4x4 hoop and another piece of stabilizer because I'm going to be adding some small font underneath my design. If you wanted to add more letters or other designs to your sweatshirt, you can do so by placing your hoop in the area you'd like to embroider. Just use a ruler to make sure that it's aligned to your design. I think this is a fun, easy project to try to push yourself to experiment with some new designs and see what other ways you can use your embroidery machine.